Let's welcome in Kevin Thomas. We got John Epps on the remote here with us, chatting along with us as well. Week 2 high school football season. It's October 2nd. John, tonight was just nuts with games. We saw some high-scoring football games, high-scoring blowouts. We saw some low-scoring defensive battles. We got a little bit of both. John, are any first thoughts that you got here before we get going with our live show this week?
Last week I thought, hey, we got surprised by a couple games. We got caught off guard by a couple teams. Week 2, it will kind of balance out, even out a little bit. No. More of the same.
Yep.
Which is great. You love to see it.
It was a nuts video, or nuts night for sure. Guys, give me a minute second. I'm just tweeting this out on our Facebook and Twitter pages. Follow us there. Movin Chains on Twitter and IG. Movin the Chains, no G, on Facebook as well. So tell all your friends, like, comment, share as well. Check us out for all your scores. But yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed our little preview video last night we put out as well. I know that's our first time doing that. Hope y'all like that. Give us some feedback if you don't mind, if it was good, bad, if we should have done it a different way. Be sure to keep us in the loop on that.
I think we did okay on our predictions, right?
Yeah, I think I know we're at least 1-1. I think we were both two. I think we were both 2-1 with one game getting postponed. But let me get you guys started right away with some Upstate scores. This game, I don't know what game you guys went to or saw or watched tonight. This is the game I checked out. Game of the night, in my opinion, Gaffney beats Dorman 30-29. I've got a full breakdown coming for you here in a few minutes, but Gaffney over Dorman 30-29. Dorman misses the last-second field goal there. Landrum takes down Blacksburg 29-27. Palmetto 44, Blue Ridge 20. Boiling Springs 45, Nation 4 28. Broome 27, Clinton 26. Southside Christian 42, Dixie 0. Chapman 49, Emerald 14. Chesney 45. St. Joe's 19, Christchurch 42, West Oak 0, Daniel 55, Pendleton 6, Walhalla 25, Easley 14, Greenwood 42, Eastside 7, Greenville 37, Lawrence 14, Hillcrest 28, Pickens 13. John, Hillcrest is a team that we were kind of low on last week, but they've got 2 solid wins now. They beat a Malden team last week we think is pretty good. They beat Pickens, who took down Walhalla last week. So the Rams are 2-0. After that 28-13 victory over Pickens.
Woodmont. Yeah, tell you what,
Yes, and that's 2 region wins for us. The other guys are almost already in the playoffs. 2 region wins after 2 weeks. They're in a great spot there, I believe. At least I think that's a region. We'll have to double check on that. But anyway, Woodmont 33, JL Man 7. Abbeville shuts out Woodland 56-0. TL Hanna 14, Malden 13. Sounds like a great game over there at Freeman Field. Spartanburg 56, Wade Hampton 26 as Coach Mark Hodge gets his first win as a Vikings coach there. Westside 13, Travelers Rest 12. Another great defensive battle, it sounds like, John. That TR team has had 2 pretty solid games. They beat Eastside pretty handily last week, and they played Westside, a pretty good team, tough tonight. So TR may be in for a good season as well, but a nice win there for Westside. Yep. Woodruff 28, Union County 26, and Wren 63, Seneca 26. A couple postponements. I know Greer and BHP were postponed. Crescent 96 were postponed. And then not really an Upstate game, but another game of one of them that was on our games of the week was Saluda Newberry. That got postponed today due to COVID as well. So I think that game's getting made up in sometime later on this year. But that's our Upstate scores. I'm going to let John give you a quick run through of some state scores. And if you guys, if we missed any or you were at a game, be sure to send those in via Twitter, Facebook, whatever it is. Tell us the score of the game you were at, and we'll make sure we go over that one as well. So, John, take it away with some state scores there for us.
Yeah, so we'll lead it off with a big matchup in the 803 tonight. From Dorman went down to Page to play Brooklyn Macy tonight. Sumter went 42-28. Big win for the Rebels tonight in that game over BC. Got a private school score for you that I think you're going to like. PD 35, Williamsburg 7.
Man, those Eagles just cannot be stopped. I'm just going to tell you. That team is good. That team is good. Go ahead, Johnson.
So, Hartsville taking it on the chin
Yep.
believe, on the season.
They are.
West
They are.
Florence wins tonight, 33-28 over the Red Foxes. South Aiken 31, White Knoll 6. White Knoll was supposed to host Lexington tonight. That game got postponed. Down in the Low Country, Berkeley 35, Rondo 14. Loris, this is currently still going, so this game is not over yet. Loris up on Waccamaw 12-7. Timberland shuts out Burke 30-0. Currently, our last update is the third quarter. St. James up on Sandusky 14-7. A final in Rock Hill, South Point 44, Lancaster 0. Another cancellation tonight, and this is showing us cancellation, so not sure we're going to see this game made up. South Aiken and River Bluff. Carver's Day 48, Scotch Branch 0. Powdersville, not a final, but up big on Berea tonight, 57-0. I know that Powdersville football program not been great, but tonight, even if it's Berea, to have that kind of game, good confidence boost for that Powdersville program. And also, let's throw in a little bit of a plug while we're on Powdersville. And none of you listeners may not care about this, but the Powdersville volleyball program, that is up by Brooke Lucas, they won tonight. They won 25-0, 25-2, 25-0 in their match tonight. We're talking 75-2. Folks, if you don't know anything about volleyball, you could set out a group of people and you're going to hit the ball in the net probably more than twice before you get 75 points.
John, I'm going to jump in here. We got a couple scores from our viewers here as well.
Okay.
Mark Tyrell Corley says Wilson Elko beat Ridge Spring Minetta 32-6. Big win there for Williston. Blackfield Hilda. How about this, John? Blackfield Hilda 42, Wagner Sally 0. That's kind of a shocker there for me. And then Lamar 32, MacB 3. And Chad Furman asked, did Fort Dorchester beat Coos Creek? John, do you have a final there? At last score I saw was Fort D up big. I have not seen the final. Do you happen to have that one there on your sheet?
Hold please for just a moment. It is a final. Fort Dorchester 56, Goose Creek 15.
So big win there for Fort Dorchester.
That's not good for the rest of the Low Country if you got Fort Dorchester on the schedule. So as we continue, so this is a really, really big game down in Columbia tonight. Ridgeview knocked off Spring Valley 17-16. Great win for the Blazers at Ridgeview, knocking off a good Spring Valley team tonight.
After losing last week too, Ridgeview did. That's a very nice win.
Yeah, that's a great bounce back for those guys. North Myrtle Beach over South Florence tonight, 35-7. Andrews sets out Mullins 28-0. Bay River 56, Bluffton 6. Crestwood 28, Marlboro County 0. Fairfield Central 28, Lower Richland 18. Lakeview all over East Clarendon 42-14. Phillips Simmons 43, Lake Marion 8. Lake City 36, Lakewood 25. Woodmont 33, J.L. Man 7. And here is a score for Steve Murphy. His Hanahan Hawks all over Battery Creek tonight, 36-0. That game is over, but still in the fourth quarter. But Hanahan definitely getting the W tonight in that game. And you may have said this score already, Kevin, but Greenwood defeats Eastside 42-7 tonight. I tell you what, as much as I thought the East would together.
Yeah, they brought us down.
Really not doing us any favor.
They have us down in the first 2 weeks, losing 2 games on rated PR, and then now out of Greenwood, and not even really being competitive in either one either, really.
Not like Sumter either. They see Floyd's back on track tonight. They see Hampton 8-12. Guild 43, Fox Creek 0. This game not a final score. Clover up on Fort Mill 21-14. Wade Hampton down the Lower State, not off at the like 34-7. Fort continues to roll. They defeat Chapin tonight 1-12. Wilson 48. Darlington 0. Chesney 45. St. Joseph's 19. This game also a game that is decided not moving on the scoreboard. Somerville 72. RB Stall 6. Catawba Ridge 15. York 0.
Nice,
Now,
nice
I know
there.
Catawba Ridge is a new school. Is that their first win as a program?
I believe it may be. I know they lost last week, so I'm thinking that that possibly could be their first program win.
That's pretty solid. Mm-hmm. Pretty solid, getting a shutout over York. Carolina Forest 42. Conway 0. Maine Bay 32. Stratford 10. And the final score that I've got here is McCormick 6. Calhoun Falls 6.
Okay. So that's a look around the state there from John Epps. Once again, John on the phone or on remote tonight. Kevin Thomas here, week 2, moving the chains. Appreciate you guys tuning in. If you're on Facebook, like it, comment, share, tell your friends. I see we've got Mark, Brian, EJ, John, Chad, Haley, Tremaine, Rashodi, Zach's in here, Pete's in here watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate you. Check us out on obviously on Facebook if you're already here, and tell all your friends about it. We like doing this, and we think it's going to get pretty big, hopefully. I hope you guys enjoyed our little preview show last night as well. We're on Twitter at Movin Chains, MOVINCHAINS. Same thing on Instagram, where we do all our pictures there. Trying to build up that page some. We also put a YouTube version of this out afterwards, and we're also on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast. That we do an audio-only version that'll come out of this show probably tomorrow or Sunday, and then we're going to start doing that for the preview show as well that goes out on Wednesdays or Thursdays. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Like I said, tell all your friends about it, and hopefully share it as much as you can. I'm going to give a quick recap of the game. John, Gaffney, Dorman here before moving any further, if that's okay with you.
Please do.
Yeah, so if you guys missed it, we hinted at this during our preview show that you guys hopefully listened to there, that this Gaffney Dorman game was certainly the biggest game in the Upstate, maybe the biggest game in the state this year, only in week 2. And it had a lot of back and forth, 2 great teams. John and I both picked Dorman in this game because we thought that, Gaffney maybe a little bit young on defense, Dorman a little more experienced. We thought this early in the year, Dorman would have an upper hand. And, I got to tell you, John, that Gaffney defense came to play. I'll tell you, first drive, Gaffney drives right down, misses a field goal, which is kind of, we'll see this theme throughout the night. But, Andre Lindsay and the guys there had a nice little first drive, ended up missing a field goal to the right. A.J. Hames couldn't convert. Dorman didn't really give.
How long was this field goal?
30-ish yards, 32 yards, something like that. Couldn't get it going. Not at all. Dorman has a decent little drive there, pins Gaffney deep. And this was Andre Lindsay's really one mistake of the night. He's on the far left hash, tries to throw a ball back on a deep out to the right side. Pick 6 for Dorman. Dorman goes up 7-0. So Dorman went up early off that. Hats off to Gaffney and the Lindsay kid. They answer right back, drive right down the field. He hits a TD pass to the Johnson guy. They tie it up. And then really, I want to mention this next play here, which it doesn't seem like a lot, but it's going to come back later on in my story for sure. Late in the second quarter before halftime here, still tied at 7-all. Dorman's driving, 4th down, they're going for it. It's in Gaffney territory. Bad snap, high. Quarterback has to jump up for it to corral it. Can't get anything going. He's sacked. Gaffney takes over. We go to the half pretty much. So bad snaps are going to come back later on to play for sure if you guys are listening to the story. So third quarter, Gaffney tries to start off the quarter with a little bit of a pooch kick. The Gaffney guy, I believe it was Kendall Norman or Ty Lindsay. I think it was Ty Lindsay actually kicks it about the 30-yard line, takes off down the sideline, gets about a 30-yard return. Dorman takes over in Gaffney territory. They end up scoring that drive on a TD run by Ty Lindsay out of the Wildcat to go up 14-7. And then once again, theme of the night, Gaffney comes right back. Every time Dorman scored, Gaffney was able to come right back and put another TD on the board. This one, you had a big run from the Lindsay kid, about I think a 50-yard run or so from the QB. He hits Johnson on the next play, and then J.D. Dowdle, Rico Dowdle's, I believe his cousin or brother for Gaffney, actually scores on a Wildcat TD run to tie it up 14-all. And then here we go, late in the third quarter, Dorman driving again. They get down inside Gaffney's 10-yard line. Bad snap. They fumble. Gaffney recovers. So that's already twice tonight that the bad snaps have cost Dorman. And this, really took points off the board for those guys. Gaffney had a little bit of a drive going there at the end of the third quarter. The last play of the third quarter, Andre Lindsey gets hit, a little bit of a helmet to helmet. He goes out. He's come out for a few plays. Did not look good, but he did come back. To start the fourth quarter, Gaffney had to punt when Lindsey goes out. They have a bad punt. Dorman takes the lead right away on a Chance Black TD run. And that kid went over 200 yards and I had a huge game, Chance Black did. So big game for him. But like I said, every time Dorman scored, Gaffney came right back. Next drive, Lindsey comes back in. Yeah, you got a big return from the Daddle kid. Lindsey comes in, has a couple nice big runs, and then scores on a TD run. Extra point missed. So Gaffney is now down 21-20 in the fourth quarter. It's next drive, Dorman goes nowhere. This Gaffney defense, Ty Ingram Dawkins, Trey Burgess, those guys played huge all night long for Gaffney. They stopped Dorman when they had to for sure. Gaffney gets the ball back. They're driving. Third and long from about the 15-yard line. I think it may have been third and goal from the 15. They get a pass interference call. And, John, I don't know if you remember this or not, but there's the weird rule in high school football where you don't get automatic first down on personal fouls.
That's right.
So third and goal from the 15, instead of getting a automatic first and goal, Gaffney gets the ball down to the 7-yard line. So then it's sitting there, third and goal. They don't convert. They have to kick a field goal. They make this field goal after missing two earlier in the game. Gaffney goes up 23-21 with about 4 minutes or so to go, maybe a little bit more than that. Dorman comes back, and Gaffney had done a pretty good job of corralling Black all night. He had some nice runs. Like I said, he had some good yards, but he never broke a big one until this point here. He gets to the corner and is gone. I think it's a 58-yard TD run. Dorman gets a 2-point conversion. They go up 29-23 with just a little bit of time left. But then, story of the night, Gaffney comes right back again. Andre Lindsey was unflappable all night long, was just in the face of pressure, had a big run after big run, big pass after big pass. He's able to kind of throw a third and long jump ball to the transfer wideout, the UNC commit Kobe Pesor, for a touchdown in the corner of the end zone. Gaffney goes up with extra point, goes up 30-29. And this next drive, John, drove me nuts. This was about a minute to go in the game, minute and a half to go in the game. Dorman comes out. Gaffney kicks a little bit short. Dorman gets about the 35-yard line. They get one first down. They're kind of going backwards. It's 2nd and 25, John, from about their own 45-yard line. Somehow Gaffney lets a Dorman receiver get behind them, and Dorman completes a pass down to like the 10-yard line. They've got first and goal under a minute to go. And then they had one timeout left. The clock's running. Theme of the night here, John. I believe it's 2nd and goal for them, or 1st and goal. Bad snap over the quarterback's head. Dorman falls on at their own 30. So Dorman loses 20-plus yards on a bad snap. They've got to run the field goal team out there. Dorman's got one of the best kickers in high school right now, Omar Khan. They rush it. They get the snap off as the clock goes to like 2. He misses the field goal left. Gaffney wins 30-29.
Holy cow.
Just a great ball game back and forth. I mean, it was haymaker after haymaker. Dorman scores. Gaffney comes right back. Gaffney takes the lead. Dorman comes right back. Just a great all-around ball game. The guys at Dorman, Ty Lindsey, Chance Black, Zay Foster all played great. The guys for Gaffney, Andre Lindsey, J.D. Dowdle, the receivers, Pesor and Johnson, they all played great. Just a great ball game, John. And I will not be surprised at all if we see these two teams again in the playoffs here in a few weeks.
Despite all the mistakes that were made, obviously very two even teams, but it sounds like Dorman played just as good as Gaffney.
They did.
Just a couple of the little things.
Yep.
Just the little things.
Yep. And that's probably, I think really both teams had some missed opportunities. Like I said, Gaffney missed 2 field goals early, had a couple of drives they weren't able to convert. And then, Dorman had some bad snaps here and there that kind of cost them some points. So really 2 pretty evenly matched ball clubs there. Hats off to Gaffney. We kind of talked about them being a little bit younger on the defensive side, not being able to stop Dorman enough. But they stopped him just enough, and that offense came through with those wideouts and the running game with Andre Lindsey for sure for them to get a huge, huge win.
Every Dorman score was a score there.
Yeah, basically the very next drive, they came right back, scored to tie the game or take the lead every time pretty much. Yeah, they were fighting hard. Dan Jones' group did a great job hats off, like I said, to Andre Lindsay and that Gaffney team on a huge win tonight over Dorman, who we thought was probably the best or second best team in the state. Gaffney's right there with them. Yep, they might be. They might be. But that was a huge win for Gaffney, and I cannot wait to see those two teams play again. Hopefully in the playoffs. Next week we get Dorman at Burns or Burns at Dorman. I think it's Burns at Dorman. Yeah. So it's interesting to see how well Burns matches up with Dorman, but I think Dorman's probably the favorite there. But that'll be a great game as well. But before we get back into some scores here, I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, the George Agency. Trying to think where I can't get their logo pulled up right now. We're struggling a little bit with that, but there it goes. There's the George Agency. You guys, if you need some insurance, open enrollment's about to start here. Check those guys out. Wayne, Richard, Bradley, the crew. I actually just played golf with those guys today in a charity golf tournament. Great to talk to them and hanging out with those guys. If you're a small business owner, give them a call. They can help you out getting your group insurance for your office as well. The GeorgeAgency.net. They're the George Agency on Facebook. They are there for all your insurance needs. So give those guys a call. They've been done great by us before, and hopefully they'll do well by you as well. But big shout out to the George Agency, Richard, Wayne, Bradley, and the crew there. But back to some scores, John. I'm going to run through the Upstate scores one more time, then I'll let you take us statewide again, and then we'll
we got some. I've got some new Midland scores queued up here that didn't have before, so I'll run through those.
Perfect.
As we get to the Upstate here.
Yeah, I see Chris is in here now. Chris Blanton, our big Gaffney fan. They said, "Oh my God, what a ball game!" That was a great ball game, Chris. I really enjoyed it. Huge win for Gaffney. Hats off to those guys.
Chris is on, so obviously Chris watched tape all week. Did Dorman have any stat issues last week? Did this just pop up this week? Do we have any explanation for that?
Yeah, Chris, so I didn't get to see Dorman any last week, so I wonder if the snapping issue was a problem that just came up this week, or they had the same problem last week, but it cost them big time tonight. But while he's getting
maybe that defense line maybe they did something that he can't give us the secret sauce, and maybe they put some pressure on that center.
That's true. True. Well, I'm going to run through the Upstate scores here right quick before Chris gets back to us. Like we said, the game I just talked about, Gaffney beats Dorman 30-29. Landrum beats Blacksburg 29-27. Palmetto 44, Blue Ridge 20. Boiling Springs 45, Nation Ford 28. Broome 27, Clinton 26. Southside Christian 42, Dixie 0. Chapman keeps on rolling 49-14 over Emerald. Chesney 45, St. Joe's 19. Christ Church 42, West Oak 0. Daniel 55, Pendleton 6. Walhalla 25, Easley 14. Greenwood continues to impress as they beat Eastside 42-7, and Eastside continues to not impress. Do the opposite of that, I guess, disappoint for sure. Greenville, another big win for Greenville, John, 37-14 over Lawrence. That's a good win there for the Red Raiders on the road as well. The team I mentioned earlier has had a pretty good start so far. Hillcrest is now 2-0 after a 28-13 victory over Pickens. Woodmont 33, JL Man 7. Abbeville shuts out Woodland 56-0. TL Hanna wins a defensive, heck of a defensive game, 14-13 over Malden. Spartanburg gets their first win of the year, and Coach Mark Hodge gets his first win as head coach there, 56-26 over Wade Hampton. Westside wins another defensive ball game, 13-12 over Travelers Rest. Woodruff beats Union 28-26, and Wren blows out Seneca 63-26. That's our Upstate scores I've got right now. Still waiting that final for Berea and Powdersville, but everything else, I believe, is final here in the Upstate. John, Chris said that last draw Dorman had gave him a heart attack. Yes, it gave me a heart attack. So he said he's at Cherokee Speedway right now, so he can't hear us talking. But Chris, I love the guys at Cherokee Speedway. I love those guys. Tell Scott Childress to down low while you're out there. But
that's one heck of a game. You beat the two teams in the state have a last drive stand, and how you gonna celebrate? You got a Cherokee Speedway.
Nothing. I got the World of Outlaws tonight. That's nothing wrong with that at all, Chris. Heck yeah, man. Enjoy it and have a good time. But John, run us through some new state scores here for people who may just be tuning in to Moving the Chains tonight.
So a game that has not ended yet, but this is a game that we highlighted this week. Sumter is up on Rockville 21-7 right now. So it looks like Rockville's got a pretty good defense this year, but they're having a hard time scoring points, and it's tough to start playing two very, very tough teams at the start of the year for the Bearcats. Going with the Midlands, North Augusta Lee A. Johnson, 62. Great Falls, 22. State Collegiate, 56. Columbia, 0. The Chester Cyclones, 34. Keenan, 8. Fairfield Central, 28. Lower Richland, 18. Ridgeview, a big winner tonight, or a big win for them tonight. Ridgeview, 17. Spring Valley, 16. South Aiken, 31. White Knoll, 6. Originally thought that game was canceled. They actually got it in. South Aiken a winner in that one. Dutch Fork, 51. Chapin, 12. Gilbert, 43. Fox Creek, 0. Camden with a shutout, blowout tonight over Manning, 57-0. Crestwood, 28. Marlborough County, 0. A lot of shutouts tonight. Yeah, that's a common theme here. And the big game in Bonetown, North Central a winner over the Andrew Jackson Vols, 24-10. And that wraps up what we got in the Midlands this evening.
Yeah, and John, we've got a comment here from Chris. He said he doesn't think the snaps were a problem last week, but he thinks the dew on the turf may have messed with their center. You know, and that's a good point because I didn't mention this earlier, but there were several times tonight where you could just see players just slip, like not really contacted, they just kind of lost their footing. So maybe it was a little wet on that turf tonight and kind of caused them some issues. So that could have been it for sure. But appreciate the comments there, Chris. Yeah, exactly.
Spray the practice field before you get ready.
I mean, that may have cost Dorman the game right. Those bad snaps. It really may have. It really may have. But appreciate you guys tuning in. Once again, I'm Kevin Thomas here. John Epps is on remote tonight. I see we got Sean in here. We got Jesse in here. We got Corey in here now. Thank you guys for tuning in. Once again, on Facebook, we are Movin the Chains SC on Facebook. Don't retweet on there. Share, comment, like, tell all your friends. On Instagram and Twitter, we're just Movin Chains. We're on YouTube. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. We're everywhere. Hope you guys tune into our preview show we dropped last night. I think John and I went 2-1 on the games, with one game being postponed. I think we did a pretty good job there. We're going to start doing that weekly for you guys. If y'all tell us a better time and night for us, we can start looking at doing that as well. But we put out the live version after some technical difficulties last night, and an audio podcast version as well for you to check out. So we're doing that weekly for you here. John, do you know who your team of the week is yet, or do you want me to go first, or what are you thinking here?
You go first. I think we picked the same one.
Yeah.
But I got D lined up here as well.
Yeah.
You go first, and let me make sure I'm not leaving anybody out here.
Okay. Yeah. And Chris said there's something sliding over the place. Yeah. Like I said, that field was wet today. I don't know what the deal was out there, but those guys were having some hard time with the footing there. My team of the week, I've got two I could pick as well, John. Probably the same two as you. But the one I'm going to go with is the one that I've been talking up all night, and that's the Gaffney Indians are my team of the week. A huge win at the reservation over Dorman tonight, 30-29. Big time win for those guys. You know what? They've got to be number 2 in the poll next week. They've got to be. That team is poised for a big, big season. So Gaffney is my team of the week. John, who are you going to go with?
So I'm going to go a little bit off script here. This is a game that was a very, very big game in classification-wise.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really talked a whole lot about. I'm going to go with the strong Dorman Rebels.
Yep.
Knocking off the Brooklyn Casey Bearcats. DC, a good program. This is a big game for these two teams. And Trump Dorman on the road went 42-28. Mm-hmm. And to me, that's very impressive.
Yes.
I thought about going Fort Dorchester, but we expect Fort Dorchester to win.
I thought about Ridgeview possibly. That's a good win for those guys tonight.
But, I'm giving something the leg up because they went on the road.
Yep.
They went on the road for this game, and Brooklyn Casey is a very, very good team. So I'm going Trump on the road. Yep.
You know what? And I think, if I remember correctly, looking at scores, I think that game may have been 28 all at one point, and then Trump scored the last 14, I believe.
Wow.
I believe. But yeah, Chris said team of the week, the Gaffney Indians. I agree with you, Chris. That's my pick. And he said the QB got hit in the third quarter. Yeah, I talked about that in kind of the recap there. The Lindsey kid got hit really hard on last play of the third quarter. He kind of got in the helmet a little bit, but came back and played a whale of a ball game for sure. So that was a great win there for Gaffney, my team of the week. And John's is Strom Thurmond. John, do you have your too far to get your butt kicked game picked out?
I hate to do this because this is a basketball sport. Our players got excellent basketball history with the main or you don't want to meet these guys on the hard court. But on the football field, boy, they did not fare well tonight. They went down to Pittsburgh tonight. And that's the game we talked about last night. I forgot who it was when that Long Beach just got killed.
Mm-hmm.
But going from Pittsburgh, Louisville back to Columbia, it's a long, dark ride. There are not many lines. There's not much to look at.
Yep.
You're just thinking about that big butt cut. So hopefully, maybe they got some barbecue during that trip. But you're down to Pittsburgh, Louisville, at least 50 feet or nothing. That's too far. You can't do that.
Yeah, that's a tough loss there. Eau Claire they've struggled in football for quite a while now. You'd like to see that program get turned around, but I don't see it happening anytime soon. But John, I'm gonna run through the Upstate scores one more time, and then we'll do a little sign off here and kind of get the folks out of here for the night. That works for you. Yeah. So the Upstate scores, the game of the night, in my opinion. Gaffney 30, Dorman 29. Big win for the Indians there. They score late. Dorman gets a late drive but cannot convert on a last-second field goal. Landrum beats Blacksburg 29-27. Palmetto 44, Blue Ridge 20. Boiling Springs 45, Nation Ford 28. Broome 27, Clinton 26. Southside Christian 42, Dixie 0. Chapman 49, Emerald 14. Chesney 45, St. Joe's 19. Christchurch 42, West Oak 0. Daniel 55, Pendleton 6, Walhalla 25, Easley 14, Greenwood 42, Eastside 7, Greenville 37, Lawrence 14, Hillcrest 28, Pickens 13, Woodmont 33, Jailman 7, Abbeville 56, Woodland 0, TL Hanna 14, Malden 13, Spartanburg 56, Wade-Hampton 26, Westside 13, Travelers Rest 12, Woodruff 28, Union County 26, Wren 63, Seneca 26, and that is our Upstate scores of for the night there, John. I know next week we got a couple big games next week already. Dorman and Burns. That's really for the Region 2 5A title, as Chris mentions here. With that game, I think it's at Dorman. I believe that'll be a big one there. Not sure where John and I are going to be next week exactly. I may go see my alma mater. They're playing up the road in Spartanburg next Friday night, so we'll see how that goes. The PD Eagles got a big win over Williamsburg, 35-7 tonight. That is. But John, any other comments you have here? I want to make a comment right quick that if you guys are watching on Facebook, that's the one thing we love about our show. If you're just tuning in now, if you missed something, you can always restart it afterwards. Watch it back later. If you missed my Gaffney Dorman breakdown, go watch that again. It's in the middle of the show. Really the best game of the Upstate, I feel like. So, it stays there. It's there live. It's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be on our podcast. The audio-only version will on Apple, Google, Spotify. We're on Twitter, Movin Chains, Instagram, Movin Chains, Movin the Chains SC on Facebook as well. So be sure to tell all your friends. Love you guys tuning in, and hopefully we can get some more viewers here on this and our preview show as well. But also want to give one more shout out to our sponsor, the Georgia Agency. These guys have taken care of us the last couple of years, helping us out with some stuff. If you have any kind of insurance needs, whether it's personal, health, it's life, whether it's you own a business, need insurance for your company, whether you're a seasonal worker, whatever it is, call Richard, Bradley, Wayne, the crew there at the Georgia Agency, thegeorgiaagency.net. They're on Facebook as well. Open enrollment's right around the corner, John. So if you don't have insurance, give these guys a call, and they will take care of you for sure. And then I think that's all our sponsors tonight, John. Anything you want to say before we sign off here?
Yeah, if you got a golf tournament on your hands too, and you need a fourth, call the Georgia Agency. They can help you out there as well.
That's right.
I understand they're pretty good.
That's right. They've got some ringers on their team for sure. We'll put it that way. But yeah. So like I said, follow us on all our social medias. Tell all your friends about us. We'd like to make this as big as we could. And be sure to give us your feedback on the preview show. John and I had a good time doing that this week, but we don't know still the best time for you guys. We think that we want to give you enough time to watch it before the game start. We also want to make sure that we have enough time to get enough information about the team. So we don't want to push it too early in the week. But if you guys think a Wednesday or Thursday is better, just tell us. We're going to start doing those weekly. If you have game of the week suggestions for us, tell us that as well. And we may pick your game to talk about on there. So love getting the interaction with you guys. Appreciate guys like Chris and Mark and all those guys commenting scores for us tonight. I see Dr. John's in there as well, giving us some score updates. So that's big because obviously we can't be at every game, especially this year with the limited attendance and whatnot. But anytime you guys want to interact with us, we love that for sure, right, John?
Love it, yeah, love and love the details. How do we know that Dorman had trouble with snaps tonight because of two on the field without guys tuning into the show like Chris letting us know what's going on? Yep. So that's really cool stuff.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Well, I guess that's it for tonight for the week 2 of the high school football season. John, we're in October, only 2 weeks in. I feel like we're almost a quarter of the season gone already with the regular season, which is sucky. But it's been some great 2 weeks for sure, right?
They have been well impressive, and really excited about it. And also, you mentioned that Burns Dorman game next week's going to be a big game. Another big game in the Upstate that I just came across. Redden will be hosting Daniel next Friday as well. So
2 new 3A teams. Yep.
In the Upstate as well. So again, week 3 should be pretty exciting.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. For John Epps, I am Kevin Thomas. Has been Moving the Chains. Tell all your friends, and we'll see you guys next week.